Alright friends, let's talk about the doctype HTML doctype declaration. Doctype declaration or DTD doctype declaration is used, it's a tag, okay, and it is used for specifying which language and the version of the document you're using, okay. This is referred to as DTT as well, and with the introduction of HTML5, you're using HTML5 for mobile programming language. It's a mobile programming language. For example, it will allow you a lot more functionality and flexibility when you're using your smartphone or tablets, any smart device, and you will be able to experience the website using smart devices. So HTML5 in the HTML5 version and the simple HTML version, the doctype HTML tag is used, and HTML5 does not really require this tag, but in the regular previous versions of HTML we use the doctype HTML tag, and there are several uses of the HTML. Okay, for example, the HTML doctype tag, for example, it should be number one. There are many features. It should be the first thing, the very first thing in your HTML document before the HTML tag. Okay, and it is an instruction to provide to the web browser about what version of HTML the page is written in. Okay, for example, you could say that in HTML 4.01 there is, HTML is developed in several versions. So you have to let the browser know which version of HTML you're using right now. If you don't define it, for example here it's not defined, the browser is going to assume that this is the latest version. Okay, and it's going to assume that whatever syntax has been developed for HTML, it needs to read it well. Doctype declaration is also used to warn the browser that the code you're about to read could be XML, XHTML. These are the other versions of HTML. Okay, so you can define it right here up in the first tag of your program. So if you want your browser to read your code correctly, you need to define the doctype, and you also need to declare your HTML document so that the browser knows what type of document to expect. Okay, if there are any different classes or any different programs to be used in lieu or in combination with this code here, you define it right here. Okay, and it's usually used when you're using 2 or 3 different languages. Okay, and you need to let the browser know that please be prepared, you need to read more than one language in this content. Okay, for example, let me show you examples here. So the basic tag for doctype looks like something like this. We've done this many times, and you write doctype all caps HTML, okay, and your tag is closed. That's how we did it here. Okay, and if you want to look at some variations, they could come in something like this. For example, I'm just going to Control C and Control V. Okay, just trying to explain a couple of examples how it is used to define the content of the browser. For example, if you have something like this, okay, just follow along this code, public, okay, which means you are going to be referring a directory, a class, W3C, that's the consortium for www, and I've given you the website for the color palette. It's the same website, DTD HTML frame set, just to give an idea what it means. Okay, frame set English, EN, remember EN was English. Okay, and HTTP www.w3c .org tr html4 frameset dot dtd. Okay, inverted commas closed. Okay, let me try to decipher or explain this. Okay, this means that this doc type document is equal to HTML 4.0. Okay, is equal to HTML 4.0, and I think I forgot to write here HTML 4.0 4.01. Okay, and the frame set is defined English as English, and you're supposed to, and this document is supposed to refer to this frame set here, and this is the name of a class. Okay, the doc type declaration, you're going to refer to this file here in this website. There's a file called frameset.dtd, and you can get the code or the declaration for frameset, and reading the document in HTML version 4 from this DTT file, okay, which is available in this pathway. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to tell the browser that you're supposed to read this HTML as version 4.01, and also get the English frame set, and also please refer to this website or this file pathway for additional information. Okay, and your browser could be Internet Explorer, it could be Chrome, it could be Safari, it could be anything, and Firefox and Opera. Any other browser would easily read the DTD declaration and would be able to read your the content of your code correctly. Okay, so basically it's all about defining the content and warning the browser what to expect and how to read it correctly, and if there are any reference directories or files, which files to refer. That's it. Basically that's what it's all about. Okay, having covered the doc type declaration, I would like to talk about classes and objects and commenting. Okay, that's coming up next.